Hi, this is my vision board. I decided to go a more traditional route with my vision board. I wanted to focus on my goals, but specifically my goals with the upcoming new year. So to start, I guess I'll kind of go through the pictures I chose and the meaning, and then I'll kind of get into the theories and tying it back into the class. So to start off in this corner, I put a picture of a study space, and to me that just represents school, and I am graduating in this next year, so I just wanted to create something that would just be a little bit of motivation because I'm a semester away from graduating, which is super exciting. I did include two pictures of Hawaii. I'm currently on the mainland and I have been since March, but I do hope to go back to Hawaii in some capacity. I don't know if it'll be long term or short term, but I miss the island. I miss everything about it. I included a picture of graduation. Like I said, I am graduating next year. I graduate in April. I don't know if it's necessarily going to look like that, but it is happening, which is something I'm so excited about, and I feel like it's been a long time coming, and something that's really important, so I thought I would include that. Over here, just to wrap up the school part of my vision board, I have two pictures, one of a nursing student and one of a nurse, and this is just to represent nursing school. I won't be attending nursing school in 2021, but I will be applying, so that's a huge milestone, and it'll be the start of a new chapter, so I thought that was extremely important to include as well. Kind of jumping back over to this side of my board, I have a picture of an airplane, which is an obvious symbol of travel. I do hope to travel in 2021. Obviously right now that isn't really a possibility, just with what's going on in the world, and there still are a lot of unknowns and uncertainty, but I do hope that travel is something that is more of an opportunity and option in the next year. Down here, there's four of my favorite pictures. They all just make me really happy, and this year I was supposed to be going on an internship to Kitabis, which is right here. It's kind of hard to see because it's black and white, but I would have been going on an internship to Kitabis, which is a little bit of a bummer that I wasn't able to go, but it's for obvious reasons. There's a lot more important things going on in the world, and I do hope to do an internship in some capacity next year. I don't know if it'll be international. There's a lot of uncertainty. But this is just to represent internship, and they're all just really happy images that I want to include. Down here, it's just, I am a swimmer. I've swam my entire life, and it's something I really want to try to get back into in the next year, and just getting more on track with my health and fitness. And I love working out, and I feel like that's something that I haven't really been able to keep up with this year, so it's something I would like to focus on in the future. I do have a little, it's kind of hard to see, but it's a notebook that talks about financial goals. After graduation, I do want to work a lot and kind of save and set myself up for nursing school, so being financially set is definitely a big goal going into the new year. I did include a picture of Christ, and I feel like this is kind of an obvious one, but I do feel like I want to focus on centering myself a little bit more. I feel like that'll be kind of a reoccurring theme as I get further over on the other side of the board, but just being more in tune with who I am and my spirituality and my relationship with Christ. Kind of to piggyback on that, I do have a picture of someone praying with their scriptures. I think that's something I kind of have gotten out of habit with, is reading my scriptures and staying on top of my prayers and just speaking with God. I feel like I used to be really good about that, and it's something I've kind of fallen out of habit with, and that's something I do want to get back into more consistently. I do have a picture of my family. 2020 has been a crazy year, but I have had the opportunity to spend more time with my family, and that's something I want to remind myself and continue doing in the upcoming year. I feel like my relationship with my siblings and my parents has grown stronger, and we're closer than ever, and that's something I want to maintain. I feel like as the world kind of opens up some more, I do want to kind of maintain those relationships and just keep that a strong aspect of my life. And then to just kind of like wrap it up, these are just kind of happy images. I miss the beach, and sunsets and sunrises have always been very symbolic to me, and I feel like it kind of went along with this quote. It's just be intentional. I feel like that's kind of my word of the year. I want to be more intentional with my time and my energy and where I'm kind of focusing. Just every aspect of my life. I want to be more intentional with my time. I don't want to spend my time on my phone when I could be spending that with friends or family or reading. That's something that I also put right over there. I used to read a lot. Just things like that, things that make me happy. Like I said, sunrises and sunsets have always been very symbolic to me. I love just the meaning that when the sun rises, you know that you'll just have a new, fresh start to the next day. And I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it means a lot of deeper things for me. So I wanted to include that on a board, and I wanted to make my board something that I could put up in my room or put up wherever I end up next year, and just remind myself of my goals and of things that make me happy, and that something that's hopeful and exciting. I feel like that's something that we've kind of missed out on this year, and I love having something that represents that. I know this video is getting long, so just to kind of tie it back into the class, I loved in the Peace in Every Step parents reading, I'll butcher the names, so just in that reading I liked what they said about how when we look at our parents with compassion, often we see that our parents are only victims who never had a chance to practice mindfulness. I think that's something I've definitely taken away from my time living back at home, is just to remember that they're people too. I think that's something I really beat them up about as a kid, is I never recognized that they're people and they're making mistakes and figuring it out just like we are. And I think if we see them with compassion and offer forgiveness and joy, it'll make a big difference in our personal relationships with them. Kind of tying that back into triangles, I talked a little bit about this in my final essay, but I think triangles are so influential on all of our lives, and they're in every single relationship we have. And I think it's important to remember that the process of de-triangling within our families or within our personal, like, spouses, like relationship, marriages, those kinds of things, it's a hard process, and you can't necessarily focus in on the negatives, but there is a lot of positives that come out of that. And then my computer just died, but my last thought is about personality types. I loved that concept in our class. I feel like we dug a little deeper into who we are. I think it all goes back to we can't love others and we can't see peace in other people if we aren't at peace and we don't genuinely love ourselves. I think it all just comes back to who we are, and if we are compassionate, our kids are gonna see that compassion and they're gonna like embody those same principles and qualities. And I think it all just starts with you, and that's something that I really want to focus on in 2021. I think a reoccurring theme is just to focus on me, and I have a lot of exciting new chapters starting, and I really want to make sure I'm being the best possible me that I can be. This has been really long, but thank you for watching, and I'm excited to see all of your guys' vision boards.